Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Brickstop Live. I'm your host, Jason, and we've got Retro Space Coats, aka Jim, in the house as well as usual. How you doing today, man?
All good, man. Yeah, chilling. Just been markarooing all day, so yeah, It's been a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I would almost have you pull that castle down and show us because you just posted it on Instagram. It was the Chevron Toll castle.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. No, it's just a. I thought I've had all the bins out after the Black Knights one the week before.
Yeah,
I'd still got loads of pieces, and I thought before I sort them all back into the library, I'll just see if I can do something else. So
yeah, that's a
I
good.
whipped this one up for the chevrons. I just wanted to put in a few more nice doors and stuff. Probably put too many in, but there's a few more nice little entrances and ways in and details.
Nice.
There's a little skeleton one back here as well, which is nice.
I like that one.
Yeah, but I like it from this angle with the sort of
Mm.
gardeny bit. And also using up those Mario roofs because I thought the chevrons would be a good one. I did think about trying to incorporate them into Dragon Masters, and I may still do. But
Yeah.
they sort of fit well with the chevrons. They might come in for something else later. Also, kind of this nice musketeer's arch for the yellow.
Beautiful.
It is very colourful. It's very like classic style, and then a bit fantasy again.
It looks fantastic. That's
Just kind of using up the bits. That was kind of one of those ones that I kind of built up as I was going, really.
yeah. No, that that is what I like about classic Castle and classic Lego in general is the colors and things like that. So all those primary greens and yellows for Chevron makes total sense. So
well, you can get the slopes and you can get the parts, so it's like it's cool to use them in that way, and it all kind of comes together.
yeah, and those roofs come in red as well, right?
So just behind that one is the Dragon Masters one I did, and the peak on that one is red.
Yeah,
Same.
that's
same
what I was gonna. Yeah.
In fact, I used one of those and then one of the old 75 ones on the Black Knights big castle that I did, just because I wanted to use. Well, first I need to use the bits that I've got, and
Sure.
If I'm going for classic faction big castles, there's only going to be so many chances.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just factoring them in. Not to digress too much back into castle because I'm quite happy that we're nudging.
Yeah. No, I'm just.
I
just thought it would be cool to show that real quick. I know you just dropped it on Instagram, and so
yeah, no, I appreciate that.
It was
you can check that out on my Instagram if you want to take a closer look.
Yeah, you got a couple. Is it one? You just got one shot on there, or you got a couple?
There's a post on there, and then there's a reel with some different angles and different.
That's right.
So showcasing some of the actions and stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool stuff. All right, well, we are going to be talking about Space Police 2 today. That's our main topic, but we're always happy to take a rabbit trail into Castle whenever we can, because that's our favorite theme out here. Castle and pirates are king. All right, let me do this. I'm just going to throw this up here real quick to talk about this, and then we'll jump into saying hello to the chat. Of course, now there it is. There it is.
Hey.
All right, welcome, Rivermen. These are the people who have joined the channel and subscribed to the channel. The monetization has just happened, and we've already got 9 subscribers or members, if you will. The first tier is the Rivermen. It's the only tier. It's like $3 a month, and you can just do that to help support the channel. I'm really excited because I even updated the slide. You see Absolute Garbage and Chris Jones have the new purple and yellow shields. So they've been members for 2 months, or no, 1 month, I guess.
Yeah.
Going into their second month, and then the rest of, I know, right? It's already been a month.
Crazy.
And then the rest will follow shortly here because they all kind of tagged along in the week following Absolute Garbage and Chris. So we've got Zapur, we've got Kabe Rubbernet, we've got Marvin the Martian, R&B, Black Falcon, Micah, Glatmox, Andrew Auburn, Chris Jones, and Absolute Garbage are the members of the channel. I just want to say shout out to you guys. You rock. And I just want to highlight, the people who are supporting us that way. Not that you're any better than the people just chilling in the chat, but you know what I mean. We want to give a little special, throw a little special to you guys. So that's about it. And I think, I think on your end, as far as the chat goes, you should be able to see if you want to drop super chats or gifts in the chat during the live at any point. You're more than welcome to do that as well, and that we appreciate that. And that all just goes to kind of help support the channel and get more content and hopefully better content as we move forward.
For sure.
All right, let's say head of the chat, and then we'll jump into these sets. We got some cool stuff. So we got alt builds. We've got the sets. We've got, I pulled like 4 or 5 posters because the marketing for Space Police 2 is some of the best Lego has ever done.
Oh, wow. With some great crossovers between factions, like the one you've seen in front of you now, and then some more to come that I'm sure Jason's got a hold of.
Yeah, so I've got like 4 or 5 posters we're going to show probably after we look at the sets, and then we have one big mock from me, and then one medium or big mock from you as well.
Yeah. So there's a reasonably big one, and another pretty big vehicle.
So sweet. Okay, yeah. So we'll take a look at all of that as we go through today. So, Chris Jones, welcome. Whoop whoop. That sound of the police.
Whoop whoop. It's the sound of the police.
Arrest this man, says Arnby. Lorem Artist, I am the police, and I am confiscating all your Legos with an S. That should be one of my custom emojis, Legos with an S, because
Legos.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. He says, awesome Castle Jim. We just took a look at the Chevron Castle.
Cheers, dude.
General Tron's in the house. Howdy all. Spacer Nate. Hey, guys. Great topic. Thank you.
It is a great topic. I'm dead happy about this.
Yeah. Absolute garbage. Hi, all. I hope your week has been treating you well.
Yeah, sure.
Well enough. Yep. Josh is in the house as well. I don't know why these colors remind me of pizza or Italian food.
Is it the
remind me of Christmas? Green and red.
Yeah. Christmas in Italy with Space Police 2. Somebody write that film.
Crusader 9576 in the house. Hey, I'm a little late today. No worries. We're just starting up here. We're a little late. We started like 5 minutes late, so we're only 7 minutes in. We've got a whole show ready to go. Let's see. 9576 has got to be a set number. Do you know which one that is?
Ooh, 9576.
I'm pulling it right now. And before someone drops it in the chat, let's see.
A Race Against Time.
What was it again?
9576. I could have changed that though.
I'm on a different screen now, so I'm flying blind here.
It's
not. I mean, it's pulling like Lego Lord of the Rings and stuff, so maybe it was just something else. I assumed, Crusader, that you had dropped like your favorite set number at the end of your name. So it's all good. Lorem Artus says Spyrus does like pizza, Josh.
Yeah.
It does look like it. Well, Spyrus has a pizza ship, basically. So there you go. All right. Well, I think that's about all for intros, and everyone's in the chat, so we're gonna jump into this. Let's look at these let's just go right into it. I figure we do the sets first and then look at the posters and advertising, because if we look at all the posters, they show a lot of the sets and stuff. So it's like, let's look at these first and then get into it. So.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And Starry on Patrol, what an absolute killer set. Arguably with more firepower than the rest of the wave, as big as some of these vehicles get. Little Starry on Patrol is packing firepower.
Yeah, he's got 2 like self-guided missiles, just like
lock on,
ready to roll here. Starry on Patrol, one of the best names also in the set. I just like it. You know what's funny is the polybag version of this set is called Space Police Car.
Yeah,
it's literally called Space Police Car.
So
what are we talking about? Like this one, what is this guy? Galactic Chief.
Galactic Chief
looks. He looks a little bit more like a space car, Yeah. But this one, like, come on now.
Yeah. This is like his little private kind of, I'm the chief whip around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we'll see this little chief's car. Good old good old Galactic Chief himself show. He's got a cameo in the mock I built, so we'll see him later in the show.
And then we'll see him again in mine.
Ooh, he's a
But
hero.
it won't be. Mine's got a twist. It won't be Captain Magenta only.
So
anyway, yeah, it's a great set. I had this one. This was a lovely one about my sort of peak time. I got both of these. I think the not the snooper, but the smaller sonar patrol one. I think I figured out a way to get Starion Patrol on the back instead of the rocket at some point. I seem to have that memory in me.
That makes sense. It's small enough to kind of integrate. Yeah.
That might be the first time I ever thought as a kid to get two of a set, because it wasn't normally something you do then. You'd be happy to get one and then move on. But in that situation, your mind starts thinking, I could have the one with the rocket and the one with Starion. So, and it's quite readily available. But they're cool. I mean, it's a bit of a chunky one. The Chief one is, but the parts are great. And it works really well. The alt builds suffer, I think, as you can see here, because it's one of those sets where it's got a specific set of pieces that work really well for that build and that build only, and there's not enough smaller pieces. There's a couple of plates and stuff in it. Yeah, there's not enough to flesh it out if you want to really put some variation on it. That's my analysis of that. You might disagree, but
I think you're pretty spot on with that. I mean, as far as the chunkiness of the original build, I think it's on par with Classic Space at the time, so I'm not gonna call it out for being extra chunky at all. But the alt builds the alt builds are rough. I mean, Starion has better alt builds with less pieces, I think.
Yeah.
Are they less pieces though? Let's see. Starion's got where's the piece count on this one?
Is it 23?
I don't know where the pieces. Where's the pieces? 24 pieces on the Galactic Chief and 23 on Starion Patrol.
So was right.
They're pretty close.
23.
Yeah, I like this. What is this he's looking at down here? Is this a space ATM machine or something? That's kind of what it looks like. I don't know.
I do build a lot of them. Containers. There's no containers, so it's not fully. It's kind of like I don't know. It looks like a service droid or something. Off my helmet, please.
Yeah. Maybe it's a helmet washing machine. It's a laundromat, a space helmet laundromat.
They're laundering. Ooh, crooked.
There you go. Yeah. Laundering space credits. What are those things in Robo Force? I can't remember what they were called. The something tiles that they were like collecting. They were like it was like a special currency or something, or it's tech. But maybe it's tech. Anyway, the rockets on this are insane though. On Starion Patrol, just to put that out. And you are correct that even like Galactic Mediator doesn't even have that kind of firepower.
That whole thing is more of transporting in like a command section in the middle rather than being offensive. I mean, there is an argument that any of the cones or antennas could be lasers on all the ships, but generally speaking, there's no question that those are kind of offensive. Although those could be the boosters to propel it. Who knows? You make this stuff up with space, really.
That is fair, actually, because they are not really detachable because the bar goes through the center.
So they take the bar.
Yeah, they could be just little, like rockets on the sides that help propel his little scooter along. Is this the first time we see the use of the Imperial Epaulet shoulders in another theme like this?
I don't remember ever seeing it come up in space before this. I remember that kind of being whoa, it's like Captain Redbeard, but the space guy, the space captain. Yeah. We were young, like it was different. Could have been done before, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know that it was done after either. I'm trying to think, like maybe in some more modern-y stuff, but like as far as like old space stuff, it might be like maybe. I mean, because Space Police 2 is 3 is completely different. It's like a completely different theme. So if Space Police 1 didn't have them, Space Police 2, obviously here they are. So yeah, I'm trying to think if they ever integrated them in. I do because I saw it on this, and so I've done I think I've done commanders in space, like in I think at the Mtron base I built has commanders with the epaulets and stuff on them because it's kind of a Warhammer vibe. Like the militant space kind of feel with like Imperial style garb. You know,
it's just nice. It's just a nice way to differentiate between your faction members and create some hierarchy and stuff, and sort of invest in you more. Because it all ends up just being more cool colors on the picture or on the diorama. It's all interesting and tells a story, is what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, I'm with you, man. All right, I'm gonna drop a couple comments, and we shall move in.
Yeah.
We got the Fabuland dropping the Brickstop. The Brickstop Fabuland. See, in the chat, it shows up as a little Fabuland, like the word, but on YouTube's end, it'll show up as, I think it's Edward the Elephant. I can't remember, but anyway, thanks for using that custom emoji. I appreciate seeing that jump up in the chat. Awesome. It's super fun. A garlic bread faction would be nice. It would. I'm with you for sure. And he is in the house. What's up? Says and he. And Space Marine says a good build idea would be a Starion patrol carrier ship.
Ooh.
Like maybe a drop ship that could drop like 3 or 4 of them out.
Well, you could have three or four of them coming off at different corners of the ship or something like that. Kind of like little drones that pop up.
Yeah, nice. Dude, that'd be cool.
I did that with the purple space guy custom faction I made with the dark purple ones.
All of those parts in that set are a necessity.
True.
Talking about the limited parts and how they're used, says Lorem. Yeah, for sure.
And the windscreen and the wedge and the tail fin is. Yeah, it is a banger. And the inverted hull on it's good as well. Yeah, it's a great little set. Both are great sets. I love the small sets with very specific parts, says Lauren. And that's true.
Yes.
You'd be happy to get both.
Absolute Garbage says 6813 is so unbelievably peak classic, simple, aerodynamic. Which one? Is that
this is the Galactic Chief?
Okay, yeah.
On the bottom, because you just look at that slope up the front and then up the visor and then up the tail. It's sleek. It's got that chunk actually in the middle, but it's sleek enough to kind of do its thing.
Yeah, I think the chunkiness comes from that big brick in the middle, or in the back, kind of. You know that reverse stud 4x4 something 4x2s thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Lorem cannot use the Fabuland emoji. It's locked behind the paywall. I'm sorry. Josh says we all agree that the Space Police 2 are the peaceful ones, just hoping to spread love, unlike those Iron Fist Unitron. Don't tell that to Slugger. All right. Back jumping into the next couple of sets here. Yeah, we've got, man, one of my favorite sets.
One of the best.
A lot of favorite-ish sets up in Space.
This set made it so it wasn't heartbreaking if you couldn't afford the Snooper.
Yeah, because
you still got a really nice slice of Lego space here that harks to the classic space, vintage classic space, and also takes it somewhere new again. And the old builds on this are good.
Yeah. The wheels, I mean, you're getting 8 wheels, 8 of those nice classic big old, well, they're the small version of the big wheel, but they're still the big chunky wheel. I don't know if there's
plastic small, that one.
Yeah. But is it Sonar? What is this thing called?
Sonar Security.
Yes, Sonar Security. The top one. Yeah, this was my first Space Police set with Sonar Security, and I got it at BrickCon, like one of the conventions here in Seattle. I picked it up super cheap there, and it might be, I have about half the theme. I'm missing a couple of these, but it's one of the ones I do have, and yeah, it was super fun to get this as my first, Space Police set. So
it's one for the history books. It's you get your hinge, you get your separate little dock. You can detach that if you want and bottom off in your buggy.
Yeah,
doesn't stand up very well without it. You have to you can use some of your extra bits you could use a couple of hinges to figure that out. But
and that's
pretty much.
Now the thing on the back, it does have fins. Like, do you think it's
Yeah.
supposed to launch, or is it supposed to set down as like
I think
a
it's supposed to
command?
launch then orbit.
Okay.
Launch and orbit. It's definitely supposed to launch because they make a point of it being on a jump.
So is it like a police orbital strike where you shoot it up into the orbit and then like drop it down and blow up a bad guy with a nuke?
I think it's surveillance. Security.
Yeah, I think it is.
You pop that up and it's like a CCTV camera that you just have hovering in the air on whatever operation is going, checking on them. That when Spirius are meeting up with Blatron 1 and having a conversation, and you need to check out what they're conning, what they're scheming.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It's the Lego's version of Palantir. Just shoot it up into the sky and just monitor all the Lego guys and what they're doing 24/7. Yeah. So Lego was onto something like years before anything happened like that. Police surveillance. No, it's a cool set. Dude, these trans green windscreens, I can't get enough of that. And you know what's great is that Hydronauts came out with one of the big domes in green.
And some curved ones as well.
We're gonna see that later today as well. So
for sure.
Yeah, and then we have just this little dorky robot, which is basically
Garfield robot.
He's just straight out of
It's the donut vendor for the police.
It's gotta be, right? He's the creator.
The donut captain.
Yep. He looks like one of the children of the creator critters. For anyone who gets that reference from, what is it? It's the Unitron and
I'm gonna have to build them three and put them together like a little family.
Okay, as kind of wacky as this little robot is, parts use is out of control. The hands, it's the little prong bars.
The bottom of the inverted 45 is the mouth bit, and it's inspired,
and it's stuck to a seat, flipped up on its back. So like. The parts use is really good for this little robot.
That's one of my favorite pieces of all time. That seat bracket.
Yeah,
I love that thing. Because it gives you like snot capabilities before snot. It also opens the door to a load of line-up headaches when you do start going off the grid a bit and then trying to get back on the grid. You got to really, really have some patience and some good parts. But in all, I love that part. Sorry to digress, but it is just such a great piece.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It really is. It's a good one. I believe this little robot only came in a 5-pack, like Explorer set or whatever, or combo set. Right. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a value pack or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and it came with, actually the other ones it came with were insane. It was like, I think it might have been like the pirate with that like musket gun and like there's like some really cool little race car. They always threw like one of those dumb race cars into those packs that had like 12 pieces and like one of the numbers on the front. They're fun though. Like if you had the track, that's cool because you could always add more of the little go-kart racers in there. So
I hear you.
All right, Spacer Nate says, never wanted this robot as a kid. I would probably appreciate it now.
Yeah.
I mean, we appreciate a lot of the stuff that we look at, even the chunky, weird stuff sometimes. Now we appreciate it, if for no other reason than just a little bit of nostalgia, right? Like a little bit of, you know, like unironically or even ironically kind of liking some of the bad stuff Lego did just because it's not old, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Here, I like this one. Josh says 6852 alternate name, not a bomb. And he says 1969 looks like an alt build, would have totally been a moon landing set number if released today. Is that the one we were just looking at over here?
The little robot, that is. The little coffee robot.
Sorry. Yeah, the coffee robot. Sorry, I was losing my place there. So basically, these police are straight up thugs, says General Trump. I mean, we're out in the outer rim, right? We're way out from civilization, so they're going to probably be using a little excessive force to keep things in control. Did you see the description for my video? I worded it like a ad for Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
So Yeah, below the video, it's like, are you doing your part? Yeah, I was gonna say, would you like to know more? But like, I figured, are you doing your part? Like, become a citizen. Yeah. I was like, become a citizen. Yeah. Join the space police. Are you doing your part? Like,
Captain Magenta needs you.
Yeah. So if we can get people to chat, drop in the chat, I'm doing my part. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Let's
make sure you're doing your part.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to probably one of the most elegantly designed space police sets that have ever come out, called Rebel Hunter.
Such a feat of Lego system engineering.
It's just out of control. Thank you, Josh. Josh is doing his part.
Hey, Josh.
At least we got one guy that's doing his part.
Josh.
Yeah. Dude, I forgot that these quarter domes came in transparent green. The little minis there.
Yeah, the facet.
And then and then there's a reverse red one.
Well, about those, I've spent a long time collecting the bad boys. I find the inverted red ones a bit harder to come by, if I'm honest.
Okay, really? That's pretty interesting. Yeah.
I do like that transgreen facet. I always pick it up if I see it in the shop. One of those parts that I spent so long collecting initially. If I've sort of gone off space for a while, I'm stocking castle parts, but I see it, I'll just lump it in. It's the way you got to do it sometimes. But the way that this operates is very special.
I mean, so Zapper jumped in. Good to have you in the chat, man. Is it controversial to say I've never liked any Lego space themes? Probably because I never had any. I mean, it's not controversial.
It's not controversial. It's just tailored to your unique experience. I mean, like, in some respects, I'm more for space than any of them because this is where the most of my money went as a child. So I was mostly doing the space. I had a lot of pirate ships and a couple of castles. I played with Castle the least as a kid, but that might have been because I never kind of had, when it was time to buy the castles, I'd always get something else from a different theme. So never really had that large castle experience till later. That's why it's been such a joy to discover castle and get all the parts, etc. But I've got to say, like, it depends. It relies a lot, from my experience, on your nostalgic factor. Like, if you came up with something else at that formative time, that's what you're going to be glued to. That's going to be your source, and that's why it's cool. There's so many different ones for different people because we all get to look at each other's kind of golden era sets, and that there's something there for everyone with this entire kind of era of system. That's what I love about it. But if you don't dip your toes much into space, this is where to come in, really, because it's got everything you want from proper Lego space, as I would call it.
Yeah, what's fun about this is, and you don't see as much of in Lego space themes at all, is that you do get some Blacktron involved, and so you can get Blacktron minifigs with Space Police sets, which is kind of fun because like that doesn't happen very much in most of the space themes.
Future generation Blacktron 2, I should say, not Blacktron 1 for anyone who's kind of might be. I don't think there'll be anyone watching who doesn't know the difference between the two, but because the Renegade and its sort of resurge of the original one, Blacktron 2 is
yes.
I had these before I had any Blacktron 1, I think.
Same, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Bit too. I was 1987. I was born, so I think Blacktron 1.
Yeah, Blacktron
2 at that time. Yeah,
Blacktron 2 was more prevalent in my stuff as well, for sure. Zapper. I mean, hopefully we can. The part of the reason we do these shows is to bring appreciation to all of these old themes and even some current themes and sets and things like that. So, I'm glad you're sharing that opinion. I think, this is hopefully after watching this, maybe you'll be more interested in Lego space stuff if you want to get into it. So, I think it would have been a more controversial opinion maybe if you had said you just hate them all and none of the Lego space is good. Then I'd be like, hey, calm down, bro.
Even if that's the case, that's like your opinion, man.
All right, let's see. We got a couple of comments we're gonna drop in here. Lorem has 2 Rebel Hunters and the boxes. That's pretty cool. I think I have 1 box and maybe 2 Rebel Hunters, but just 1 box. None of them are sealed, but like.
Oh no, I've got a box for this. I keep thinking I've got a box for this, and then I check and it's Scorpion Detector. I don't know why.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I haven't got a box for this, but I have got it with the instructions in a bag.
Yeah, so for anyone who has a sealed one of these, which probably nobody does, but if you do, I would sell it and buy like 4 or 5 used ones because what are you doing? Like the sealed ones apparently are $360, but you can buy a used one for 42. So you could buy like 6 used ones, yeah, like or half the wave used, yeah. Like so in my brain, that's how I kind of work. I've got some sealed stuff that I'm holding on to, but I'm either gonna open it or sell it. Or trade it for something that I want. So, but I guess do what you want to do. I believe Lorem was talking about having the boxes not sealed, just to have them with the sets. But that's cool, Lorem. It's a good. I mean, it's fun to have this stuff. I know you're a big space guy. He just dropped some more space stuff on his store. Did he just drop?
Yeah, Space Police 1 droid.
Yeah, Space Police 1 droid. So,
yeah. Really
I told Lorem to send me some like slides, and we'll do a shout out for his shop on our show, and I'll drop an actual slide in for him. But when we do Space Police 1, we'll pull his custom guides in, and we'll take a look at those.
For sure.
So yeah, Absolute Garbage says the corner green. The corner trans green wedge pieces are making me drool.
They're cool. They're very cool.
You gotta calm down over there, Absolute Garbage. Let's see. General Tron says that's sort of the feel that my Futron have. It's like Starship Troopers. Yeah.
The Bella Squadron.
Yeah.
I only have one rule. Everybody fights, no one quits. Don't do your job, I'll shoot you myself. Futuron.
Futuron. No, Unitron.
Unitron, yeah.
Quote from the commander of Unitron. All right, so this is so Rebel Hunter's incredible. The parts use are insane. We've got some crazy. I mean, whoever designed Space Police 2, they used a lot of these reverse brick studs. I can't remember what those are called, but they're like almost 2 bricks high, or actually 2 bricks high, or maybe it's 2 and a plate or something like that. But they have the reverse stud on them, the anti-stud, if you will, on both sides. That's how you can get these stanchions used as like wings or like supports along the side here with the rockets on them. I mean, it's genius. Then you got Technic bars in the center holding the ship together, because when you push it together, the sides flex and drop the jail pod out from the center. And then you can get the Blacktron 2 guy in and out of it. You can hover your ship back over and then pull it apart, and it draws the sides back in, and you can pick up the jail pod. And that tech is Space Police 2 tech. And that's why the ship is...
And you can go a little bit bigger if you start adjusting the original design and using a longer axle. You can get it to go and maybe line a few more and make it stronger. You can start taking that and making bigger pods and stuff. You can make some cool dropship stuff with that tech. I love it, man.
Lorem says appreciate it. Yeah, we'll give you shout outs for your shop, Lorem, as we keep the show going for sure. Do you want to live forever, or do you apes want to live forever? Ice Planet. Lorem says Jason, that slide is of the EU box,
right?
So what? Yeah, no, I pulled that. So I got more slides from different places. I pull images I can get from wherever I can.
Mix it up. You gotta mix it up. I think this is the best one, not being biased or anything, Lauren. This to me is the best angle of the Rebel Hunter that I've seen.
I pull. I have some EU like posters and stuff we're gonna look at later, or like you can see some of the lettering on some of these things. Originally, they're in different languages and stuff. So, still waiting for the UK shipping, Lorem. Yeah, Chris Jones.
He's on it.
It's a whole.
It is a hard time. He's busy. He's on it, man. It's in hand.
It's a whole nother thing, though. Like, especially with all the like stuff that's going on, in the world and the tariffs and all that. So shipping to different countries is trickier. I'm gonna read this longer, or actually, you read this while I queue up the next slide. Wait, did you want to look at the alt builds? I mean, the alt builds are all pretty good. I like the
I
Walker.
mean, as we've been talking, I've been having a little bit glance. I'm sure other people have. They're not terrible. The Walker one's a bit weird, bit kind of chintzy. That the Flyer above, I'm not much for the kind of backwards insect wing look, although it is, maybe like a food for thought for an Insectoids faction sort of design. The one I like is the kind of sleek one in the right hand corner with the stanchions out with 2 jets on each side, using the trans facets opposite sides.
Is it the Starhawk? Is that the name of the Unitron one?
Yes, it's got a bit of a vomit like that. Bit. Yeah. So that might look cool on one of your landing pads if you've made a huge Space Police 2 base. Grab yourself a couple of raised Blattron base plates. Space plates. Grab yourself a couple of them.
Yeah, the Walker looks kind of like a helicopter on top of something. Yeah, it could be a base. It could be a little base.
True. That's true. That
they're always trying to make a base.
It's got the prison cell door as like a top hatch.
Yeah, it's
cool,
not.
man.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, if it is space, it's not very good because the Blattron guys escaped. So
that's true. He's out. Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it is intended to look like a Walker. They had some old Walkers and stuff from the original classic space stuff earlier, so like
Blattron
kind of getting a little bit of that.
Both Blattrons had a Walker.
All right, you want
maybe that Space Police getting even on the Walker front.
Exactly.
Great.
Everybody needs a Walker.
So Chris Jones says he finds space sets to be a little bit more hit and miss. Some you love, and some not too bothered by. Haven't ever seen a castle set that I didn't want though, even the bad ones. So that's how you know that it is like a faction bias or a theme bias there. If it's if you even want it, if it's a bad one, you just love castle more than you love space, and that's fine.
I'm in the same boat as Chris. Honestly, every single castle set I've ever seen, I'm like, that's a good castle set. I mean, we're talking about up until like the 2000s. Then you get Knights Kingdom 2, and it's like, okay, well maybe not, but yeah.
But you love bases more than you love vehicles, and I probably love them both equally. So it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true, and I was going to bring that up. That's an interesting point because space as a whole, Lego space in general, doesn't have a lot of bases. There's like one, maybe per faction, or some don't even have, like Mtron, Space Police 2. Like some don't have any locations at all, and they're all vehicles. And so I'm always like drawn towards some of the locations and bases, and that's, I mean, you get at least in like later you get like Explorians had 2 bases, which is really cool. They had the little Nebula Outpost one and then the bigger dome one, and so it was kind of nice to see that like they're giving some solid locations for these guys. So they did a lot of like locations in the posters, big old bases and like big rock like planets they're on and stuff. And I'm like, where is that? Like, I don't.
They use like loads of plates and big sort of gangways, but no actual set sort of thing. Yeah. But they did give you a good idea, good mock fuel with color schemes and different pieces they used for that to kind of start you off. So that's cool.
That's true, and that's maybe why I love Unitron so much, because their 2 main sets are big bases. Like there's a giant monorail base and then the smaller base, and then the other sets are just a couple like add-on vehicles. So like the whole faction is like a base, So
exactly.
Anyway, the Solar Snooper.
Wow.
Funny name for a police vehicle, but I guess it kind of works. It's like K9 unit or something, a little snooping around. I got this.
You've got this one.
I got this in almost mint. Well, it was mint condition with the box in mint condition. I took a risk, dude, and some guy that I kind of trusted on Instagram had one, and he's like, I'm selling this, and I just Venmo'd him or like PayPal'd him money, gave him my address, and he sent it to me.
That's amazing.
And I was like, and it's like in peak condition, like it's so nice. It was like brand new. So I did get a hold of this one for a decent price on Instagram.
It is one of the most fantastic rovers of Lego space.
It's so cool.
Only the magnetizer really that gives it a run for its money. I mean, the Spectral Stargate guide is nice, but this is quite special. And again, because it's got all that nice Space Police 2 weird playability, but their ship does a similar thing to the Rebel Hunter. It extends, can pick up the pod, and then as if they weren't, if you were unsure that they were making a selling point of this anti-stud brick, here it is, just on its own in the middle, and it serves the purpose of the docking of the back bit. But they were so confident in the interest in that brick that they just sort of chose to show the modularity here with that exposed, and something quite charming, I think, about that. Something very system era about that. And then, you've got your Blacktron minifig there, so yeah, rounds it off. It's a really nice set, I think.
Yeah, three minifigs is decent. Yeah. It's got 255 pieces. I guess it's worth mentioning this stuff came out in 1992, 1993. Yeah. The Starion Patrol was 1993 with a re-release in the Polybag in 1998. Which is kind of interesting. Yeah,
loads later.
They re-released it as Space Police car, so just kind of hole in the nostalgia, I guess.
Or sort of generic name, so it fits outside because there's no faction like that going on anymore. But I suppose when you stack two of those cockpit lenses canopies up, it's only a matter of time before you line one a bit further forward and make the full tapered join, and then you kind of think, yeah, I want to see that in a ship or a rover. So
yeah, it's nice to see that. It's a good point too, yeah, because that you always kind of like maybe not, but I always kind of imagine parts and like how they can fit together, and like a lot of times Lego uses them strictly as like the way that they intend for a certain set. Yeah. But to see it used like this, where they purposefully push that top windscreen over the other one to make that straight line down the front there, or the angled line down with both of them, is a really fun like use of their parts, you know. So it's fun to see Lego actually leaning into that and like maybe realizing, hey, look, if we just scoot this up a little bit, we can make a double cockpit that looks like one giant windscreen, you know, because that was the other way they could have done it, is they could have given us an interesting giant windscreen with a double, you know, so like a new piece, but they didn't need to. So this is kind of fun. I also like Space Police is interesting because they do use some parts kind of weirdly like that you don't see as often, because isn't that a headlight bricks placed on its back?
Yeah, placed on its side. It uses the little studs on side, sort of traffic light bits as on hinges to hold the prison cell in. It does some funky. They do some funky stuff.
Yeah, but I was talking about right under this quarter dome. The little quarter dome.
Yeah, it's a headlight on its side.
Yeah, another one right here.
2-plate high.
So they're getting kind of wild with the parts. I swear you probably end up, if you bought the whole theme, you'd probably end up with like 15 of these giant anti-stud blocks here. Yeah. Like there's 3 of them on here, right?
There's loads.
There's 3 here. There was like 2 or 3 or 4 on the. How many are on this one? Wait, it doesn't. This one has 4, doesn't it? Or no, they use 2. Or do they have 2?
4. There's 4 on this one.
4 of them.
Yeah, there's 4 of them on this one. This one's got the most. There might even be 5, because I think there might be one behind the cockpit, but I'm not sure. Possibly maybe. Not.
I think there's just 2. Yeah, I think because that will get you your 4 width. Yeah, so that'll get your 4 stud width just by lining 2 up. I assumed they used. They could have maybe used 1 and stuck them on either side, you know, because it's a double. Yeah. But they lined 2 up next to each other. That's crazy.
Yeah,
a lot of those bricks. Anyway, they're pretty useful. I like them.
Yeah, I like them. Good for space.
Do you want to read General Tron's comment?
Yeah, General Tron saying he loves Space Police 2. They even have thrusters on land vehicles. Most everything the Space Police 1 didn't have. Thrusters, period. So yeah, perhaps if they've got to negotiate some quite rocky terrain and like Armageddon, they need a bit of trying to get over something with a bit of rocket boost, or maybe just really fast across a big plane. They've got it covered. They've got it covered with the Solar Snooper. So yeah, I agree, General Tron. They're pretty kitted out.
Yeah, they got a lot of cool parts and stuff like that for sure. So yeah, this is one of my favorite sets. Space Police 2 just has a nice aesthetic. I just like the colors. I like the sets. These big, what do you call these things? These curved panels for the windscreen. So the little hover thing up here.
That's just the panel. Yeah, the windscreen panel.
Those are fun. Like what I like about that is they're mirroring how they use like this one, right? Like it's just a 2 stud wide. you got that one there, and then you kind of have it mirrored with a bigger piece here.
Yeah,
So I just like that. I think that's
they only come on this and the Galactic Mediator, and they are a lot rarer, a little bit more expensive. I think these are up to £2 something each on
okay.
Owl. This one maybe even a bit more, dependent on, they're definitely more expensive than the Trans Neon Orange for Ice Planet and the Trans Neon Green for Blackstone 2.
Yeah, Trans Neon Green is pretty prevalent. So is did they have transparent ones on not Unitron, Explorians? Because they had white ones on Explorians, like solid white. I don't know if they did too many transparent.
They used a different panel for that on the on that Outpost one that you got the rain check for. They used the same panel that these Space Police prison lenses are printed on.
Yeah, for the top. Yeah, for the head.
And then the bottom ones were in white, as you say. So they didn't have a trans one, I don't think. Could be wrong on that one, someone would have to say. But generally, yeah, that's a lovely piece as well. That's a really lovely piece. One thing to note about Space Police 2 is they go hard on the branding. If you look, there's loads of Space Police branding. You got the big in the middle, the two at the sides, the two behind the detachable craft. Loads. And I also love the 1x2 control tile for Space Police 2, that white one. I'm trying to have a 1x1 version of it. It's cool, that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool printed pieces in Space Police, man.
Yeah, man.
So if you like printed parts, that's the way to go. Yeah, Explorians didn't really have any of those, because their primary lens color was dark blue, transparent dark blue, or transparent blue, and they didn't really have any of those panels like that. So all good though. So some of the best alt builds in Space Police are from this set, actually, or at least one of them. Yeah,
the Dragstore.
I'm going to pull that up in just a second. I just wanted to re-highlight classic. Josh says, I want classic Lego Warhammer now, the God Emperor. That would be kind of fun.
Want me to do that?
Yeah, that would be a fun project to work on.
Yeah.
Get some of those old Warhammer 40K stuff.
Ultramarines.
Space Renee says the Solar Snooper is so great. It feels and looks faster than any other ground vehicle.
It does look sleek. Yeah. That front
it just cruising over the craters and stuff. Yeah.
I think of it like absolutely thrashing it across like a big expanse plane on another planet, just real long distance to cover and just thrashing it over. Very cool.
Oh, you're talking about the red antennas, Lorem Artis. He said the solid red antennas are hard to find, and then he said, "Oh wait, I found someone who has all of them in the U.S. 138 of them."
I've got quite a few of them.
Interesting. I have a few as well. I thought the solid red one came on like or a city or harbor or something. Yeah, so it's not. At least it's not exclusive to Space Police, which is good. Because I think the trans blue ones are exclusive.
Yeah, terrible. And the trans red ones.
Spirius.
Yeah.
Also, guys, just a real quick kind of Lego news thing was that when Lego earlier this year banned like 15 or 20 countries from Bricklink, we talked about that. Was our first episode. Like that's 33 episodes ago, but we talked about that, and we didn't cover the ramifications of what's coming out now, which was that not only is there all the issues with that, right, but there's also a problem now because now they got rid of thousands of sellers on Bricklink, which means all the prices are going up because there's less people and there's less shops and parts available now. Yeah. So all the prices are going up. My buddy and I are building this big pirate mountain. He's buying tile, like little transparent tiles. And now they're cheaper to buy brand new from Lego from Pick a Brick online than they are from buying on Bricklink, which for a basic piece like that has never been the case almost ever. Yeah. So something to think about when you're shopping around now. We are lucky here in Washington State to have an incredible amount of just local non-affiliated Lego shops that have tons of bulk Lego. We can just kind of get. A lot of people don't have that option, so I almost never go to Bricklink anymore. But like,
Yeah.
just
That's
something
true.
I just learned recently.
No, it's true.
But
You should
yeah, it's
diversify.
like,
You should diversify the way you buy. If you looking to start collecting parts for a specific wave or even theme, then identify what the most difficult ones are and have them on your watch list, so that if you see them, you don't miss them and have something tragic like that. And then just try and kind of chip away at it, but diversify the way that you buy. So get lots and go to physical places and take some chances on some I've found Vinted. I don't know if you get that in the UK, in the US.
we have it. Yeah, Vinted is huge. I was considering starting a shop because I used to sell on eBay all the time, and eBay is killing everybody with fees. Like, it's terrible. And Vinted is supposed to be like, they pass the fee on to the buyer, but the seller doesn't have to pay them. So it's like, I don't know. I've heard Vinted has some Lego stuff on there for sure. There's Macari, there's Vinted. I mean, and Macari's interesting because Macari, they have like people will sell parts, like a lot of 1x1 clips and stuff. There's shops so you can scroll through their parts. You know, they just take a photograph of it and list it. So, it's interesting. Anyway, that's just kind of a tangent, but I just was talking to my buddy about that, and I had found out more online about it a little bit, how it's affecting prices and rarity of parts and things like that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty wild thing. Lorem says they should have moved to Brick Owl. Brick Owl's great. Whoops, lost my audio there for a second. You use Brick Owl, right?
I am 90% of my stuff that I've ordered off the internet is Brick Owl. I've Bricklinked a few things, you know.
Yeah.
Bricklink is normally like if I need like 4 rope bridges, or
right.
if I need 444 in really good quality medium stone grey plate, and I need 12 of them, I'll hit. Right. But even then, Brick Owl's like suited me really well. So yeah, it's just, and it started because there was a couple of shops around Staffordshire and around the Midlands where I am, so I just thought when I'm just harvesting in 1x1 clips or stuff like you just said, just basic brick, I'll just shop locally and support local dealers, and then branch out when it gets rarer and I need something. I do similar. So it just depends. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, even in the United States, a lot of people don't have that option. We got a ton of people in the Midwest or in the middle. Of the United States that just don't have Lego stores. They don't even have official Lego stores. Like, they're not a lot going on there. So, the other, yes, Lorem, they are moving to Brick Owl. Brick Owl is accepting a lot of these stores and shops, but I mean, it's an incredible amount of work. Like, to move an inventory. Say you had like 18,000 pieces listed on Bricklink, and they shut your store down. You can't. I mean, I don't think you can just copy and paste that over to Brick Owl. I think you need to relist every single piece again and start your new shop on Brick Owl. So, I mean, it was a huge blow to a lot of people, and then it of course hurt the consumer too, because now everything's more expensive. So, all right, moving on from that, we're gonna look at the alt build because this thing is incredible. Look at that, how cool! I mean, both. So the 2 top ones are probably some of the coolest. Yeah, they're all pretty special. I like every single one of them in some way.
Yeah,
it's just such cool use. This top left one, this big dual cockpit, big 10-wheel bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit special in it. It's like that's going fast. Going fast. But I like these duo ones. I like these packs of 2. Like the one with the sort of wheels, as if implying it can kind of tumble on its back and get back over, with the kind of quad wheel system here at the bottom is really nice. I like the way they've done that.
Yeah.
And I think the 2 at the top right could just be in your Space Police arsenal anyway, as kind of additional patrol vehicles.
I just like these. Yeah, these are kind of fun. They just look like little rovers, like buddy little just going around together. Like the one with the dual wheels, like the ones on top and bottom with the cockpit in the middle, is kind of fun. I'm gonna give it a little bit of quad jumper energy, but I do like that it's kind of got that Spirea sort of like the robot wheels where they were piled on top of each other. I kind of like that. And it kind of looks like a rocket ship, but I think it's supposed to be maybe like a command base or something.
I think it's more of a base, yeah.
It does look like that part on the top might launch, but What I do like about this is how well they were able to join those two windscreens reverse of each other like that. With
thanks to that brick from their big player.
It's pretty impressive.
Like, that brick's so hard in 1992 this season.
It's
the big brick in town. It's look what you can do. No, you're right. It's fantastic. They've done really well because it's the plate holding the hinges going one is backwards. Yeah, that's the other.
Yeah,
it's lovely. Yeah, I like the stable base with those wheels. Made use of them, and then
still
had enough parts left over to give you a little cruiser, little ship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this scores on old builds. I think this is of all, every week we look at these old builds, and sometimes it doesn't go so well for the old builds, and sometimes it goes really well for the old builds. And I think this set definitely goes in the good old builds bracket. Wouldn't you agree, Jason?
These are some of the best old builds. I mean, they are the best ones. The Galactic Mediator has one or two, but as a whole, these ones hit the hardest.
I saw those. I came across those this week.
Yeah, we're gonna look at them. There's one I think that actually is pretty good, but the rest are kind of bad. So we'll talk
on the big screen. It'll be better.
Yeah, we'll look at them in a second. But out of all of the Space Police stuff, these ones all. What's crazy is that all of them actually hit pretty well. I mean, even this one with the trans green like bumper in the front here, like that's actually kind of cool. Like the little mustache car. It's kind of cool. So
it is cool. I like it.
Bottom right, Absolute Garbage likes the bottom right.
Yeah, the tower.
The tower. Yeah, that's a fun one. Lorbs, don't give up all the sources for the different Lego shops. Hey, I'm just trying to help out the community, man. We gotta join together. All our vintage boys, we gotta join together. We can't be
vintage
buying all these stupid. What are they? Like the cat, the tuxedo cat sets. Get these out of here. These Donkey Kong machines. What are we doing? Come on. I don't need another realistic rose bush sitting on my shelf. I want more classic castle.
Yeah, classic parts or something. Dude, I added a lot. I was sorting through a lot the other night. I've got loads of weird parts. And I found all these town parts, all these octan and sails.
Ooh. All right, let me take a look at this. Yeah. I love any of those printed panels with the little crosses on them. I love those.
Like, I don't even do town, and I just love this bag.
It's a good bag.
Between new and old Lego right there.
Yep. I'm with you, man. Slowly hides my tuxedo cat build. Yeah, like what you guys want to like. I'm just ranting here, but
yeah, we're not gatekeeping in any way, man.
Lorem, yeah, the Spyrace builds are actually really good. That is actually those ones kind of hit pretty hard. Isn't that the one with that funny robot with the like face and the ears? Yeah, like I love those ones. I'm not gonna hate on those for sure.
Spyrace are great builds.
Yeah, but as out of the Space Police 2 builds, these ones are almost like all of them are good, and like I think they hit the hardest for sure.
Yeah, man,
the best ones, absolutely.
Need a huge like vehicle hangar for Space Police with all those inside, man.
Yeah, honestly, because like you could pretty much integrate, except for maybe the tower. Yeah, but
sorry, except maybe for the tower you were saying.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like if you had like a spot for all those other vehicles, I mean they all kind of fit pretty well in the theme. So
yeah, the tower's not going to make the cut, but.
Sorry, Absolute Garbage. Tower doesn't make it. It is cool, but it's not good enough. It doesn't quite get there.
Nice try, but no cigar.
And here we go.
It's just the space shuttle. This isn't it? This is the NASA space shuttle.
Yep.
But Space Police too.
Galactic Mediator, 406 pieces. Look at this thing. Wow. This is the big boy. Yeah, I like that it's got like a kind of like an internal setup here. It's got a lot of transparent panels making like cargo bays or like areas. I assume this wacky little rover gets sucked up inside of it somewhere. And then Crazy Madness. Sorry. This is Absolute Garbage. Let's see. I like the reuse of the the windscreens out front being staggered like that.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, the branding on this is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.
Cockpit on the prison pod on each side.
Yeah.
But
So I like that. This is cool how the notch in the wings they used to nest the prison cells in the back here.
yes, yeah.
That's
Well, I
pretty
just loved the 2-tier wing setup anyway. That's the main thing I
Mhm.
remember about seeing this in the catalogue the year it came out. I was like, whoa, look, the wings, like, it's a double layer. There's a black and a grey layer. And it just made it look more imposing. And
Yeah.
which faction is this again, Josh? Is this
space?
is this Blacktron?
I think there's a Blacktron guy in here somewhere. In case you may have forgotten who this is, they have space police on the ship. Exactly. Still going on about this. Here's fun. Here's a fun little. They're mixing it up on us here, though. Look, they've got the stud bricks here. The triple, the three sided.
We got both.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bit of both.
Got the anti-stud brick and the main stud brick, the hollow stud brick. Actually, we've been using. It's not an anti-stud brick. It's a reverse. It's not even a stud. The anti-studs, don't they call the hollow ones anti-studs?
Okay. It's literally in studio. It's just called modified brick. I like everything is.
I'm losing my mind. And then Bricklink has a different name than Lego's official names for half the bricks. So I'm gonna stop talking about trying to use cool names that people.
It's the Space Police brick. That's what it is.
That's what it is now. That's what it is now. Someone in the chat said they wanted a smaller one of those bricks, which I feel like we can kind of use like other things to make them. I don't know, but even like using the headlight brick on its side, I use that all the time building stuff because it's actually crazy how if you put a headlight brick down on its back, then it creates a space. So the face is flush, right? So you can place like a tile for like a brick or something on the face, and then you only need a 1x1 to sit on top of it to make it level with the next set of bricks. So like it's a pretty ingenious way. The only issue is when you have something behind it, right? Then it sticks out inside a little bit. So, but using the headlight brick on its side and back, sticking its back to such, you can get a lot of nice building. I do that all the time. I want to see this build. Which build? What are you talking about? The one I'm describing? There's a bunch. I don't think I have. Or are you talking about? Yeah, I don't know which one you're talking about, Josh. You want to see? I don't have this one. I'm tempted to look for this at the convention I'm going to in like a couple of weeks. See if I can pick this up. I know it's expensive, but like, I kind of want this, man.
Well, it's not white whale, but it's whale-ish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just pushing into the white whale territory a little bit for me. Like, man, it's such a cool set. It's got so many.
I could part this out. I don't know if I've got two of the 10 by whatever. The grey wing, the top wing.
Oh, those like stanchion thingies.
Plate. No, the angled plates.
Oh, the angle plates. Yeah, I think I have some.
I don't know if I've got two in light grey. How
do these work? Is there a hinge?
I've got some
wait, here. I actually have. I have another slide of this. I have two slides of this because I got the alt builds, but I also have the actual like function slide.
Oh yes, of course. How the middle comes out.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool enough to bring that in, so I'm gonna pull that up in a second here. Mamma mia! Why? Josh, it's the Italian space faction. Mamma mia! Italitron.
Pastatron.
Pastatron. There you go. The Galactic Meteor is really good. I got this because my parents couldn't find the Mega Core Magnetizer, and I wasn't even disappointed. I mean, now, if I had to get this over the Mega Core, I'd be a little disappointed. At the time, though, like because they were both kind of current sets and stuff like that, I could see that. I think Megacore might be in the top 2, if not the top set of space ever.
It comes with 11 magnets.
Yeah, it's just everything about it is peak. I'm sorry, it just is.
Tires worth like 200 quid.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Lorem says, I have it. It's a sharp, chonky beast. If you ever drop it, don't try to catch it. Yeah. It's got a lot of points on it. All right. I was looking for the back of the box here. Let me pull that up here. Of course, I have to open the file again. Here we go. It's coming our way here. Hopefully, there it is. Loading, processing, boom.
Thinking.
So it's not a good quality image, so I apologize for that. It was the only one I could find that was a decent size on the internet.
It's good enough, man.
So it's modular, it comes apart. It looks like, oh, I didn't even realize this. The jail pods can be dragged around by the little centipede-looking buggy here.
Yeah, we picked some up. Yeah,
I like that. See this like piece behind him that has the circular, transparent dish on it. It almost feels like that's using like an energy to like lock it, and then like you can move it around. Like a little sort of like some tech there. I think that's kind of fun. And then the wings. So the wings open slightly. They hinge forward. It looks like is that to release the pods off the back?
They like kind of hinge out and the pods dock in, and then you clip in and he clips them back in again. It's quite clever how that back section. Right?
That is
what I really like about there's a really subtle move on this that I'm a really big fan of, which is when the door at the very back comes down. They stuck 2 inverted 33-degree slopes on there.
Oh.
So it's flush with the ground.
That's cool.
Kind of make it a bit more sturdy as the car goes up. And I just like that little tiny bit of attention to detail because it's not too difficult to throw in. I find myself doing it a lot on mocks.
That's cool. No, I like it. It makes a beautiful little. It just fills that space nicely too when it's down. I also like that there's a hatch in the mid section and then a big hatch on the back, so you get a nice amount of access to the interior of the ship. And there's a decent amount of interior. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
If you set this up and then set the back of the sonar snooper up as like a landing pad for the ship, the little ship, and this is about as close as you're going to get to kind of base.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's just kind of you could kind of do that. It kind of reminds me of the mission or the Life on Mars, the human ship, because that does a similar thing where it looks. That one's supposed to look more like a NASA spaceship, but it is sectional, and the center section on the Life on Mars ship has like one of those flexible plastic kind of sail pieces in like a why am I dish? What's this? I'm blanking on the name of the solar panel. It's like a solar panel dish. But it like they the intention for that ship, the centerpiece was to make an outpost, like a little tent almost on Mars where they could like kind of function underneath of it like a shelter.
I see.
So it's pretty cool, and it kind of reminds me of the sectional thing of this going on here a little bit.
I'm with you.
We'll have to look at Life on Mars eventually on the show. It'll be fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'll be a fun show. So this is just some of the function of the ship. It's kind of cool. And then here we go. Here's the all builds. You said you weren't impressed with these ones much, which is actually kind of
maybe
fair.
the disc one a little bit. It's kind of interesting.
That's what I was gonna say.
And maybe that bottom two part, but they're all a bit funky for me. These in some way, but they're not too bad.
Yeah, I don't hate the one in the center here. Very I like part of it. I think it has some cool things going for it. It kind of reminds me of some of those old early 90s sci-fi movies, where they just had some wacky kind of looking ships with some they were just kind of experimenting, and so some of the ships in those old movies look they're on a string, like flying through some painted backdrop. I don't know. It just kind of gives me some fun vibes with those two panels up on the front.
Yeah, it does. It is interesting. It's got like a mobile base vibe as well when it lands. It's
a little bit,
It's got that enough chunk to do that.
That center piece where it almost goes in and it looks like a room and there's a window and stuff. I like that. That actually maybe, and the radar dish on top.
The cutaway for the wing, the little cutaway for the wing accounts for the nice window panel nicely, so it kind of all looks nice and purposeful. There's definitely been some consideration for parts choice there. I just don't know how stable the build would be. I mounted some plates on the side like that and angled like that for the Greytron builds, and it took a lot of playing around to get it to have some stability. That being said, if you take these as kind of more prototypish ideas for different things you can do with some of the pots, then it's cool. Certainly the way that those 2 jail cell pod windscreens on the disc one have been arranged at the sides, that's quite interesting.
Well, then that's another Starhawk kind of, right?
Starhawkish, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I interrupted that last bit. What were you going to say?
No, but you were right. You were right to say, because that point was on the shape of that one, and that is, you're right, it is Starhawky.
But you were were you pointing out how they use those hinges to then create those wings that are like reverse, or not reverse, but like they use those to set the wings at an angle instead of plated down. That's smart building. Actually, I mean, that's this ship. I don't know that it would fit in Space Police, but I could see it in a different color scheme with another faction as being an official set.
Yeah.
Like that's maybe pretty close for me. Yeah. Or like Spyrius. I think Spyrius could probably
do that one.
Yeah. Because I mean that's basically a Spyrius ship.
Yes.
That's the one. Absolute Garbage is saying the top left one looks like it would go underwater. I like it. The other is ...
Yeah, it looks a bit like Bongo from Phantom Menace. We'll take.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, the Naboo sub or the or whatever they call that. They call it.
It's even got backwards facing antennas like those things that are coming out of the back. So.
It's
Master, like what's a Bongo? It's in Space Police too, don't you know?
Oh man, yeah. Josh says the far right one looks like a Warhammer orc. I mean, it's pretty ugly. Yeah, and then I hate this one down below. So, like it's funny because they did such a good job with the circle disc ship, and then they just used the leftover pieces to basically just make a city set.
I know, yeah.
It's like, what is this airplane down here? Like,
it's like something from Extreme.
Yeah, Extreme Team, dude. And I think we're overlooking this one in the center a little bit, just because it's I don't know. I mean, it's good enough to be. It actually is close to a set as far as like the design. It's decent. Maybe it just looks so much like just every other little angular ship, and it's just kind of nested on the other one. What does that look like? I mean, it looks a little bit like Unitron again, I guess, with the double cockpit. Yeah. And they detach and hook onto other.
It's like that weird one with the wheels that get gradually bigger, but a ship instead of a rover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this robot, whatever this thing is, this is straight out of, again, I mean, you're going to be, it's either Spyrius, right? Those tall robots with the funky arms. Or even closer, though, I think, this is like an echo of maybe RoboForce. Because RoboForce had those big robots with the stupid little wheels on the feet.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
it's got vibes from that. It's not looking too stable. It's got a lot of firepower.
Yeah.
I feel like I could knock it over.
It's got almost as much firepower as our little Starion Patrol.
Starion Patrol, yeah. Maybe this one rivals Starion Patrol, but they're on the same faction anyways.
Oh, dude! Space Renee says the alt build robot fought the Ice Planet alt build robot in a commercial. Pretty amazing.
It did.
You guys got
built back again. Yeah, it's great that advert is. I forgot about that. It's a great advert. Top left.
Top left. Yeah, top left takes the cake. I mean, I would build this. I would say, the Space Police Bongo. I mean, it's good. It's a good build. It's not just a good alt build. I think it's a good set. Or a good build in general. If someone was like, look at this cool thing I built, I'd be like, that's actually very cool. Like, awesome job. Great. Good stuff.
Nice to see the 4 octagonal panels in a row like that. I always quite like to see
fun,
that elongated. But I prefer to see it done in a corridor than on a ship.
Yeah.
Or on the corridor of a ship if the ship's big enough. Anyway.
Fair enough. So we're gonna do we'll do a kind of not a speed run, but a quick look at the advertising. Just because when I was pulling these guys up, man, the amount of cool posters and like advertising and crossovers was going crazy. And some of these aren't super high quality. For instance, this one at the top, I could not find this image anywhere online except on Brickopedia, and it was a tiny image, so I had to like zoom in and screen crop it.
Yeah,
but I love the the green planets and the asteroids and this just creepy looking world, and the way it's like driving up over the rock, dude.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's awesome, man.
So I wanted to share that, even if it wasn't super high quality. And then looks like Mtron and Space Police are buddy. Down in this lower one, they've surrounded the Blacktron with wrenches, and they're gonna round them up for the Space Police who are coming in here to take care of this situation. So yeah, lots of cool bases, big hangars, planets in the background. This is the stuff of Legends right here. This is
it. This is peak, absolute peak, and that gets really overused. But trust me when I say this is the one. Yeah. Both these images is the one.
This is what, like, they are always talking about, like, what radicalized a generation or whatever. It's this imagery for Lego classic, like 80s to 90s kids. This is what radicalized us and like galvanized our brains into this, like the concept of what Lego is like. And that's why we have a hard time interfacing with stuff that's coming out now, with Olivia Rodrigo, like record player Lego sets. It's just there's no, like, it doesn't register.
So far removed from, like,
Yeah.
This is a different thing. And yeah, I'll stay with this now.
That Solar Snooper action on the top is incredible. Yeah, it's you cannot make a better image. Like, this is as good as you can make. Like, this is everything. This top image right here is crazy. So
it is awesome.
I'm with you there, Lauren. Crusader, do you use Peeron to find catalog scans? Old site, but great. I haven't. You should, like, text me that or, like, message me on Instagram, because I'll forget, because I forget everything. But I will try that. I'm using Internet Archive, which actually works really well too. Internet Archives, you can just type in, like, Lego 1993 or whatever, and it'll pop up, like, a bunch of scanned books and catalogs, and then you can just flip through them, like, it'll turn the page and everything. But sometimes the scans aren't perfect, but Internet Archives have been helping me a lot. And the back of the box builds and stuff like that have a lot of good images. But some things, though, man, Reddit, I pulled some stuff off of Reddit too. Like, but some of these things, it's like one image, and no matter where I look, I was hoping to find the catalog that this top image came in, but it might be like the back of a poster or something. Like, I'm not sure.
It was the pull-out poster that came in the box when you get the manual, but you also normally got a poster. Then on the back of the big picture was a more of a catalog like one.
Josh, you're onto it, man. Lego should release a book with all these. They should release one of those nice coffee table books.
Yeah, they did the space one, and then it ends. Well, I've got it up there, but it ends at a certain point, and they should do the continuation for the.
They should just do a book that's like 200 pages, glossy, high definition photos of, like, all of their marketing from, like,
prototype space and
just all of it. Space, not just space, man. Just all of their marketing, all their books, just full page images with, like, a little, like, blurb about when it was done or how it was done. Like, people would buy the hell out of that.
Yeah, that's true. Just to have it all in one place.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I have 2 more slides of posters, and then we'll jump into the mocks and then get going here. So,
yeah. For sure.
So here's another one with some cool crossover with Ice Planet and even Spirius. You got the Spirius droid on this page.
Yeah.
And that you can see this is in a different language, but it was one of the better, like, full.
This is going to come in when you get to my mock, because
Okay.
now you've seen Space Police 2 brushing shoulders with Mtron, Blacktron, Future Generation, Ice Planet, and Spirius.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a point when quite a lot of stuff's kind of bleeding over, and I've played that in. And this is where I got that confirmation from, because this is where the lore comes from, isn't it? This is our lore, our beautiful images from back in the day. And I love the fact that Space Police 2 have called these guys in to get them out of a pickle.
Yeah, so they you see a lot of the advertising for the Solar Snooper is in, like, more like dusty looking terrain, maybe warmer climate, and they've rolled it into the Ice Planet here on Christo, and it seems to be a little too cold. They're locking up here, so. I like that they're having the Ice Patrol or Ice Planet guys come and cut them out with their heat saws. And then it
Two
was just,
captains up
yeah, I
front.
was gonna say, yeah, they're like probably they have like mugs of cocoa and they're just like watching them like.
Yeah.
You got what's the captain called from Space Police? Is it
Captain Magenta,
okay? So Captain Magenta and then Commander Cold, right?
Commander Cold, or Commander Bear if you in wherever else he was called in the world. You somewhere he was called Commander Bear.
That's cool. An
like
alt name. When I got back into Lego, I was disappointed. No paper catalogs. Yeah, I mean, so they just still do actually send out a catalog, but it's just a catalog. Like it's just here's the sets kind of this year. So you can get a paper catalog in the mail, and you still can get like a Lego Club magazine. But I mean, it's the stuff that's out already, so it's not. They don't do stuff like this. It's just a catalog of sets, and I don't think you can even order anymore. You have to order them online, like. They have prices and stuff, but you can't do it like a shop at home anymore. Like, which I mean, why? It doesn't make sense to keep that going. But yeah, I'm with you though. Let's see. Crusader says the first catalog page you had from Brickopedia is the 1992 U.S. medium catalog. See, I that's so bizarre because I pulled it up. Are we talking about the top image, the one that says like just space here? I don't know why I couldn't find that, but thanks for finding that, man. First catalog page. Yeah. I know that the one with the base down here, I did find like in a lot of places, but that upper one with kind of the green hue to the whole thing and the Blacktron 2 guys running around up here, this one I wasn't able to find a nice image of. So anyway, all right, let's go back to this one real quick. How cool is that like dying star in the background? Huh?
I know, it's amazing.
It's like the most badass Lego poster ever made.
Like, I mean, like, how can you even make a case there? We're still putting a lot of effort in. No, that's what having pride and care for what you're producing looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Meets in its demographic, meets creativity, meets pushing the boat a bit. It's just
metal. It's just metal.
It's just metal.
It's hardcore, dude. Josh Wellner Lego does terrible job of looking after the nostalgia factor for folks. Yeah, I mean, overall, yeah. And we're not gonna. We can. I probably will save a lot of my opinions for a show, maybe talking about old versus new Lego and stuff like that, because we could do that at some point. But
yeah, it's always going to be the case.
Yeah, we get what we can get, and we all have we can. None of this that we have now is going away. Like we get to experience it, we get to look at it, we get to play with some of it. Like if you can get it, so like it's all here still. That's what I always tell people. Like it's not gone. Just because they're not currently producing it like they used to, we still get to enjoy all of this stuff. Like we're doing.
Of course, man.
I thought it was Johnny Rico's Roughnecks. Was that the Ice Planet? Yeah.
What to do?
Good old Johnny Rico. Lego, yeah, ages 6 to 12. Lego had no idea.
Right.
And then the last one I did a bigger image, because this one was another one I hadn't seen as much of. I've seen some of these other posters, but this one was a little bit more obscure for me. And I thought this was pretty cool. It kind of plays into Blacktron escaping into the Ice Planet world here. And I wonder if maybe this poster was joined or like, right? Maybe not, but
for that one, yeah,
right, because they wouldn't have displayed the sets on the same page, so it's a different booklet. But it does kind of give you a storyline here where they're escaping into a icy area. But like I just really liked the big craters and the marsh and looking like foam.
It's amazing. Again, it's all there. That all looks great, but then there's like continuity. So you look at this one, then you look at the one where
this one
Blacktron have crashed in Ice Planet.
Yeah.
Then you look at the one where Space Police 2 have got stuck in Ice Planet, and it just all links up. That's why I guess driving that desire to have some sort of well-printed boot that has them all collected and linked together, so you can enjoy lineage of that story, because individually they're amazing, aren't they? They're fantastic pictures. Better than any digital render.
Mm-hmm.
So
Josh says yeah. These show you what imagination could build. New ones just show reality. Yeah, and that's a whole nother topic. Josh, have a good meeting. He always has to roll out right when we're getting into the mocks, so he'll come back and look at them after we post it.
Sure.
See you, Josh. Says Chris Jones.
See you, man.
This is a good point though. Josh is making here. New ones show reality. That's a huge thing, and again, maybe in another show we can talk more about that. But it's like the need to create hyper realism in Lego versus creating a imagination driven world, right? I guess, or representing something like a movie in Lego as opposed to trying to force Lego to look exactly like the movie, right? So, yeah, that's something we've touched on a couple of times. I just love this. I love the action. I love all the minifigs. I always love it when Lego kind of puts in maybe more minifigs than you get in the set, just to kind of show like a battle scene or like them surrounding a vehicle. Like the Blacktron are up on top, like surrendering, and they got their little what may or may not be guns. These little things they're holding, the radar, or the torches. He's running after them in the snow, holding one of them here too. So, and this looks like a composite image. It looks like it's layered a little bit. So, definitely. Yeah, and then the galactic meteor just like hovering over like the whole scene.
There's no escape, basically.
Lorem just got off work. Right on, man. Enjoy your time off. That's great. And then Spacer Nate says someone had a post or a YouTube video calling Lego out for losing the whimsy, and I thought that was a good word.
I saw that. I saw that, Spacer. Yeah, it's true. It's lost its whimsy. You need your whimsy back, Lego.
Yeah. Get your moxie back. Get your whimsy.
And while you're at it, bring back some trans neon colors. You silly, you know what?
All right. Do you want to pull in your monks, or should I pull in mine?
Whatever you think. Yeah, I don't mind. What have you got?
I've just got the one. Space, but I have three slides for it. But
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm removing stuff from studio as we speak, so I can pull these guys in. But
let me sort out real quick.
Okay, I'll pull mine in, and then we'll take a look at yours.
So sorry about the delay. I'm just what
no,
you
no, you're good. I'm
so in.
Here we go. Here's what I added to Space Police. This is the Space Police Space Station, Space Police Police Station. Because you get a whole bunch of cool ships, and you get a whole bunch of cool like concepts with like jail pods and stuff, but there's nowhere to take these guys. So I was like, well, what if we built to them a nice little base, and it's actually a pretty big base. We just kind of went for it all the way and made it one of the most expensive mocks you could ever build by adding 12 of those lattice pillars.
Apart from that, like if I ever build this, and I really would love to build this, to straight up substitute them for the new long stanchion ones.
You'd have to, yeah. And I think a lot of them would.
I think it's not undoable.
And I could even.
That being said, they do look the part, and I know that you have no hesitation of using an expensive piece if it serves the build, and there's no argument there. It definitely doesn't feel like you were being lavish. It actually does.
Yeah. Well. If I made this into an instruction book at some point, I would consider potentially swapping those out for the longer, newer ones, because I think the aesthetic would still fit pretty well, but it would save you literally like $80 to $100, right? Like,
well, it's maybe possible. It's impossible to get them in that quantity anyway, even if you could afford them. Where I am anyway.
I don't think I even have enough. Like I'd probably have enough for the main maybe 4 of them. I might have 6 of them, but I don't have 10 of them. Because that's what 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, there's 10 of them on here. Yeah, so I just didn't even think about it either. And I was building. I was just like, this makes sense to use these pieces, and then they're very rare. So yeah. So I have the Chief's car here. The little he can, or his little police vehicle. He's got a hangar in front here.
Awesome.
We got the big rover, open top kind of rover to carry around jail pods.
Yeah, man. I love Captain Magenta's post box.
What was that?
I love Captain Magenta's post box. His personal post box.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got a little post box out front for like, requests. I switched up the droids and made Space Police droids out of the Explorian droid here, so you can just add some green accents, and they make some pretty nice little mechanics and stuff like that. And then I modified the jail cell to make kind of, how Mtron had like toolboxes and like cargo.
Yes.
That had like you could put their accessories and stuff in there. Yeah. So I modified the jail pods and added these little hatches on the front.
I can see the one with the black Western.
Yeah. So really you can put their like gear in there, like their little like megaphones and stuff like that.
I was thinking. And
then I gave them. You can't really see super well in this image, but they have clear riot shields with like spears or like So those are like guardians, kind of like elite sort of like jail guards or whatever you want to call them here. So yeah, this was my answer to them not having a police station. So this is their police station.
So cool. The sliding burp door is really cool.
There we go. There's the back. So you can kind of see the sliding burp again. So yeah, that was kind of a fun idea because I was like, what if it was like a rock, like an actual rock door that like closes, and that's like the high security facility, and then you have Gen Pop along the back here where you have just a couple of jail cells underneath the main like tower back there. And then I integrated Mtron technology on some of these where you can pick up with a magnet on the crane, so you can kind of clip it. It's more like you clip the plate onto the little things and you can move the little boxes around, but like it works okay. And so there's a crane along the back here. I have a new or a secondary, maybe he's the commander of the actual base, and then Captain Magenta is the commander of the forces out of the base, but you have the jail warden basically up here with a black epaulets and the hat here. So
nice. Really cool.
Yeah, and then this vehicle was never supposed to be like any kind of like super crazy vehicle. It's like almost a maintenance vehicle, right? It stays around the base and just moves pods and people and things around. So it's like a open top like gator kind of vehicle to just drive around and do stuff.
So cool.
Let's see. Lorm says this would sell well today. Awesome base. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in getting something like this. Awesome looking base. Shocked that Jason went for scenery over a ship. Locations, man. You gotta bring in the location.
Location.
Absolute garbage. Wow, I love the classic pieces you incorporated while making it fresh. Thanks. General, I love the brig made from the wedge plates from Explorians. Oh, the bridge. Across the top. The catwalk up there.
Very cool indeed.
I just don't look down. There's no railings on that. Lorem droid. Love the droid. I need to check this base out again, but not on my phone screen.
I recommend that space. I recommend it on the big screen. It hits different, man, and it's amazing on the phone. But you'll see all the cool stuff inside the rock base and the little details. There's like a little jail cell with the trans red, almost like the pirate brigs, but they're using trans red bars down at the bottom.
Yeah, down below. Yeah,
sort of hingeable or the prison sections at the side. You've got the old school black staircase along the back there. There's loads of good consistency with this. The way you approach stuff.
Signature crane and stairs, dude. Yep. Drop some stairs in the chat if you have the emojis. Yep. So along the back, you got to have the stairs. What are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
General Tron says, love it. Force lances. Yeah, they have the little, the little pokers. Get over here. There's one clipped here. You can grab one off the wall if you need it. It's clipped next to the commander.
Just in case somebody goes rogue.
Yeah, and then I added a decent amount of interior, and I think the idea was that the super high profile criminals or whatever, they'd go through that big opening main door and then they'd be put under, right? So the floor opens and you'd go under and then close. So it's a double lock system kind of a situation. Yes. And then the normies would be along the side here. You can see there's two jail cells that open on the side behind behind the car parking area.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I'll give you the schematic here, and then we're gonna pull up yours.
No worries, man.
So I did do this one too. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, the schematic looks great on this. If I remember correctly.
Got to remove a slide here. We're loaded.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. I have extra ones that I forgot to pull out here, so just a little management going on.
No worries, man. Yeah, there's a lot of information. And speaking of watching on a bigger screen, Spacer, when you come to do so, this next slide that'll help. A lot of information on you.
Yeah, so here we go. We got kind of a loadout here. Not too crazy, but you get, Gen Pop is around the back.
Mailbox.
The mailbox.
I don't know why I love that so much.
The docking bay. And then the control arm for the big door. Max Security's in the middle here. Cargo crane and surveillance center. So yeah, I mean, I this one, I make these, over the span of several years, and sometimes I'll come back and look at them, and I'll be like, dude, I kind of want to build this. Like, what is this? Like,
this is amazing.
Chris Jones dropped the stare emoji. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. So that's it. That's the. I don't remember what I called this. It probably has a name. It could just be like solar lockup or something like that. But it's the big. It's like if Space Police had a big base and went all the way and included a vehicle and everything. I mean, there's way too many minifigs. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 minifigs. I guess some of the old castles had about that many minifigs.
Yeah. So, Black Knight and stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing up with that.
So anyway, there it is. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you. You can see more. Well, you can see what I just showed you, but on Instagram, I have those images as well. So
it's that and your Antron base are absolutely incredible.
Thanks.
Yeah, really well done. So much so that because you've done such a great job with the Max Security and Gen Pop prison base, I didn't go that route with my mock. I went to a slightly different route. But before I show you the base one that I built, I did actually do, just very quickly, and we don't have to talk about it for very long, I'll just flash it up there. I did do a recolor of the Megacore Magnifier. This is the Megacore Justifier. And it's obviously just transporting those prison cells there. And I just thought I built this was one of the first. When I first started on Studio, I kind of just built the Megacore just to practice how to use it, and I adapted it a little bit to this. So this is like, a couple of years ago now, early on in my studio sort of endeavoring, but I did think I'd just throw it up there for you just because I made it, and if anyone wondered what the Megacore would look like in Space Police faction colors, it would probably look a little bit like this.
I like it. I like the police inside it, all like sitting in a row. I think it looks really cool.
Man. And the gentleman back with his epaulets on.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yeah, in the back there, I see that guy. It does work really actually quite well, and it works cool because the jail pods kind of replace those little with the little cars that used to go there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and then you added an arm, like a magnet arm.
Yeah, but it's not a magnet. I actually just because you use the plate across the top, but so you didn't have to add a part, and you could still open the door. I thought I used a hose on jumpers, and then this has got the grabbers from Aquazone rather than the magnets, so they just grab the hose and pull it up that way. But you could easily just put the magnet attachment on. If you actually look at the section, I just made another magnet attachment for the claws.
Yeah.
You can whip that off, stick a 2x2 plate with the magnet on, and use that just as easily. So
yeah. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I have to step out for just a second.
No problem.
This is so sick, says absolute garbage. I like the rounded aesthetic. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's the grabs, the cable. That's what you were just talking about. Sorry, I'm catching up on the comments here. Why don't I pull up your base and let you kind of rant on it for about a minute or so while I take care of something, and I'll be right back, okay?
No, for sure, yeah, that's fine.
So, dude, I want to look at this too. So, all right, I'll be back.
That's fine. So this is Sergeant Cyan's impound. So we've got Captain Magenta, but if you look at the bottom of those red ladders underneath the guy with the jetpack, you'll see another Space Police commander with blue epaulets, and this is Sergeant Cyan. And I'm literally just riffing on yellow, cyan, and magenta, the printer cartridge colors. So here, rather than being the jail, this is kind of the pound. This is where the confiscated rogue vehicles get kind of rounded up in these cages, these modular cages, and processed. So you can see there's a Blacktron 1, part of a Spirius, there's part of a Supernova 2 in there, just called kind of broken up. And then the Space Police 2 are kind of salvaging them and getting off the parts that belong to stolen tech from Ice Planet, stolen tech from Entron, and they're getting those back to them. And you'll see a cameo appearance here from Commander Cold of Ice Planet. He's turned up to retrieve some of his stolen equipment that the Space Police have recovered for him. And he's there in a recolored version of the Galactic Chief in Ice Planet colors on that little landing dock there. Magenta is patrolling the top as well. He is here. And you see there's like a nice crane system that runs all the way along the side that can sort through both pods. And then you've got a nice command tower there as well. I'll just have a look at what we've got coming through the comments. White epaulets on the Black Helm guy. Jason. I'll pull up before I say any more. I'll just wait for Jason so I can explain. Right. Yo, dude.
Yeah.
So I was just talking through just a few of the main elements. I'll just, as you can see, you did the prison really well. So I didn't want to do a prison. I thought I'd do the pound where all the vehicles that have been confiscated go. So these big interchangeable modular cages, there's one on the back of this little rover and there's 2 in situ. They just contain, there's like a Supernova 2, a part of a Spirius ship, and then a recolor of the Supernova 2 in Blacktron 2 colors, just been captured. So kind of all factions are at play. And then there's like a nice crane system that runs along a really long run that can kind of that's kind of sorting through those wreckage pods and recovering equipment that belongs to other people. That's kind of recovering them. I bet you missed when you popped off as well. The new character in this is Sergeant Cyan. So you can see him just at the bottom of the red ladders underneath the guy with the jetpack. He's actually got blue epaulets and blue gloves.
He looks cool. I like it. Yeah.
Magenta. And then I always just think of printer cartridges with yellow, cyan, magenta. So I thought, Sergeant Cyan will be my Space Police character. So he runs the pound, and this is basically they're reprocessing and getting all the equipment that's been stolen from different factions. And then, of course, we've got a cameo. Commander Bear, Commander Cold has arrived just to oversee the returning of some Entron and some Ice Planet tech back to its original owners. Some other stuff, and there's a cool recolor of the Galactic Chief there, but in Ice Planet colors.
That's awesome, dude. So this is
quite a lot going on.
This is awesome. What?
Dude on the crane is Entron as well. He's just to kind of helps him with some of that machinery at the Space Police base because he's more that kind of trained.
Yeah, and here's the
back. Little shot from the back.
Okay, let me do this first. I want to point out 2 things that caught my eye right off the top. The crane claw is epic. I don't know why I've never used that.
Strong.
No, just using those as claws. Like, it's so good. I can't believe Lego never did that. They never did that, right? Like,
no, I don't think so. But it just crossed my mind, and I thought actually, I tried it once physically with the Entron ones.
Yeah,
and it works really well. So
I think it's perfect. That's the coolest thing. I might steal that one day for something else. That's epic. I love that. And then the red ladders is so smart. Like those look so good.
Thanks, dude. Now I will apologize. This isn't photoreal rendering. I got to this point on this mock 10 minutes before this live. So I only had time to render this as a POV. And actually in the next slide where I show you the back, you'll see that in my haste to get it done, I've covered up the little Space Police guy at the front and
here. Yeah. You just need to crop him in. That's fine.
When I upload to Instagram, they'll be photoreal, and I'll have done a bit more work on them. But at the back here, you can see a little bit more going on inside. Some Entron dudes helping out. A load of confiscated control panels from Blacktron 2, and some containers at the back. There's a different magnet attachment for the crane, which is like a scoop, almost like a digger scoop. And that's the other trans green shape that you can get. There's like an opening green panel command door up those red ladders there. You can see a bit more of a landing pad with the Ice Planet Galactic Chief. And then just because I wanted this to kind of fit within the universe of your base as well, I used the bit that's holding the radar up as a 75 slope with a panel, which is lifted and adapted slightly, but kind of inspired by your build, the one at the top. So that if you built both of these, like they would
Right.
have some continuity. It's just that's the high prisoner, and this is the vehicle compound where all that kind of stuff's been recovered. Because when I was a kid, my dad's a policeman, or was, he's retired now. When I was a kid, he was traffic police. He was a sergeant, and he used to kind of intercept people who were riding off-road bikes on stolen land, and they were stolen themselves. The bikes were, and they'd all go back to this big kind of pound at the police station.
Yeah.
File, and I remember looking at that as a kid, and I was tapping a bit into that when I was making it. Really,
it's the impound. It's the impound facility where you get the What I like about this is, as classic as it is, there's enough kind of new feel to it. I like the length of it. It almost bridges Space Police 2 and Space Police 3. Actually, just barely like there. Like obviously, it's all classic colors and things like that. But
it's like the cages on the pods that do that.
I think
the
that's
curved using the green curved panel from Hydronauts. It's curved in Space Police 3. So there's a couple of nods that just lean it in that direction. No, I totally agree with you, dude.
So but I mean, it works. I mean, you could.
I had an idea this morning. Sorry, go on, continue.
Well, I was just real quick.
I was having a coffee about like 9 a.m. thinking, right, we've got the live tonight. I only have this old Megacore recolor, and I don't want to roll in with just that. I've got to do something more. So at first I was just going to do something small, but then of course I can never keep it small. So I thought, and the first thing I thought of was like impound containers, cages full of like broken Blacktron ships and Sparius ship parts. So like it was cool today getting the instructions up for the Supernova 2 and for the Sparius UFO 1, and then just building a little bit of it and then stopping and then kind of making it look a bit damaged and then just dropping it into the pod and angling it so it was kind of you drop them in kind of thing. So if I ever built it in real life, I'd just crumple a load of engine pieces into the pods as well.
Right. Scrap. Just scrap. It's a great addition to the theme. It makes a lot of sense for police and like that kind of like, the more industrial side of Lego space, right?
Yeah.
Where it's more like buildings and processing, I mean, that's one thing you could really lean into is like the back end of cargo facilities or power plants and things like that. That's a fun kind of look at Lego space that doesn't happen a lot. Like it's integrated into some bases and things, but like you could really make a whole line of sets looking at kind of the more, infrastructure, I guess.
Yeah.
But this kind of leans into that a little bit, which I really like. So it works really well with that. And it works well with what they have too. And without creating just a police, because I just built a police station, a big police station. So this is a really interesting direction to take. I think it's fascinating.
Well, really I didn't want to do a base because we've already got a really, really ace base in the universe now by a great creator. So I wanted to add to the body of Mockage rather than trying to compete with it because I'm not.
And even if you had done a base, like I mean, this is kind of a base in the sense that
it is a base. You know what I mean? It's a base, but it's like it could fit work as well as that sort of thing. And my other idea was in the lore it mentions the Galactic Council, and I really wanted to make like the courtroom where like there'd be like a Blacktron guy on on trial and like a Judge Dredd style.
I was just going to say Judge Dredd.
Kind of doing the sentencing and loads of space police guarding it and a little pad at the front with a craft. That was the other idea, and that would have been quite quarter-domey. So that might be one to come up in the future.
That would be so cool. Yeah, now I want to build that. Dang it, that sounds epic.
It's a bit it's like Coruscant-y kind of vibes in my head when I think about it.
Yeah, I like it. That's a great idea for another build for them. See, white epaulets on a black helm guy. He's out front here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's so. Those are I've done Riot Troopers like you, and I've used your Riot, your antenna and blue thing. I've not messed with that just to kind of, nod to that universe you'd expanded there. But I went with the Blacktron visors, so they're a bit more menacing looking.
I like that. I just used normal guy load, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just black helms. Yeah,
I mean they still look very SWAT but I just wanted
I like the addition of the black visor. That could be something I might switch over because actually that looks pretty nice.
I just wanted to take the concept and run with it a bit, basically.
Yeah, no.
But I also like any excuse to get them all together, like different factions in a scenario together. Like I love the fact that Commander Bear's just visiting And,
Yeah, he's just checking it out. He's got his little.
Yeah.
He liked the Chiefs car or the Chiefs little ship so much he got himself one in like.
Oh well, he designed it for the Chief.
Or yeah. There you go.
Man, the Bear's big in the game. He's the big engineer, man. He's old boy, isn't he? So he's kind of he's the brains behind quite a lot of stuff. But I like the fact they got a couple of Mtron dudes about as well, just helping out with the heavy magnet stuff. Just links it all to. That's the way I envisioned. Like, it'd be good to have it on your shelf like that because you get an excuse to put all your figures in and stuff.
It's cool. It's fun. I mean, it would be a fun build. It would have been an epic set.
I might build it tonight, or at least make a start. The thing is, I'll have to just start making the modular aspects of it because I don't have any 16x32 black base plates. I'm going to just AliExpress some fake ones, I think. But I will
have one, but yeah, I don't think so.
I'll have a look at the Lego.
Are they like?
Yeah, it's just two of them like that in an L. Yeah. So I'll just grab some of them off the internet, and they won't take many days to come, and then I'll make a start. But piece-wise, I could start piecing it out. But yeah, I definitely want to make it.
I love it. I got to wrap it up. I got the kids back home, and so we're going to call this show.
I'll let you go. It's been a long one.
Yeah, we're pushing 2 hours, but I mean, Space Police deserves it, man. It's a good.
Yeah, man. I think we gave them a good service for the old Space Police.
So let's do this. I'm gonna rattle off a couple of comments, and we're gonna kind of wrap it up here. Lorm says, "Really nice base, very inspiring." It is incredibly inspiring. I think that's one of the best words to describe it. Space Mate said, "It's a cool idea." Absolute garbage. The color breaks are so great. Love it structurally, and the little airport on the left too. Yeah, the little landing pad where he's dropping in to visit is awesome. Got to have that Mtron involved in recovery of vehicles. Yeah, no, I mean, all of it makes sense. Now we need to make the figs scale ABC Warrior.
Amazing.
And then nice use of Mtron, the best space faction, says Christian.
I agree, Chris. It's the only wave I have completed, so you won't hear any argument off me. Although, they're kind of on par with Ice Planet for me as well. I love them too. But maybe Mtron just take
Ice Planet. Oh man, yeah. It's hard to say which one's.
They're kind of the same, just one's in the ice and one's, just a bit more with rockets.
Yep. I'm with you, man.
Yeah, awesome, man. No, thanks for having us on again, man. I've really enjoyed covering this one. I know you need to get to it.
No. I just
watching.
I just want to show our stuff real quick here. So we got this one, just a quick recap of our mocks.
Sure.
Just to kind of look through one more time. This is what our additions to Space Police would look like. And then thank you again for all the members of the Rivermen. Really appreciate it. You can join the channel at any time, and that just helps support the content. So thank you, everyone who's already done that. We're looking forward to more of you jumping in. All right. And I think that's it. Share the video, drop a comment, even if you've watched it through. If you want to just drop a comment down below, it does help push us into the algorithm a little better. So, sure. And I read all the comments. I try to respond to a lot of them. I haven't as much recently, but sometimes I'll even go back several shows and type in some quick responses and try to engage more, because that helps, not just the algorithm, but it helps me communicate with you guys, and it's fun to hear your thoughts. And sometimes you can type out a more thoughtful comment or a longer one in under the video instead of in the chat. So if you have some real good, I think a couple of people have been doing that too. So anyway, just do that if you enjoyed the show, and we appreciate you guys watching this. So
totally, man.
All right, man. Next week, I'm out of here. I'm camping with the family, so I'm not going to be here. Awesome. So sorry, General Tron. I think you were saying peeps next week. Yeah, but I will drop a poll for you guys to choose what faction or theme we will talk about, and we will jump back in it hopefully the week after that. So that should be. Kids are also going back to school, so there's I got to work the schedules and things like that.
I'm back on Monday as well.
So. But I'll talk to you, Jim, and we'll work it out, and we'll keep the show going. It's just a matter of working around all of the
no problem
coming up here. So
do not panic; all will be fine.
Yep. All right. I think that'll wrap it up for Space Police 2, and I'm looking forward to another show in a couple of weeks.
Nice one, dude.
All right. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. You guys make this show super fun to do, and it's really just a good time. So
yeah, man, you guys are the best.
Yeah.
Great community. See you later, dude.
Take it easy.